Hi my friend and welcome to this channel. I'm Damilola by the way. Today's tutorial I'll take us on how to make Admob app in sketchware. So we'll be implementing banner ads and interstitial ads easily. So in the new sketchware pro, actually it's not the sketchware pro that actually made it this way. Admob changed their way that you can display ads. So I'll be showing us how to do it. You can decide to skip this video, but it's highly recommended. In fact, it's most highly recommended you don't skip anyway, because anything you skip will affect you in the long run. Because I don't want a scenario where after making a tutorial someone will come to the WhatsApp group and be saying I need a project for this, even after 1 year, and then I'm not able to provide the project, or having the project and then you feel disappointed. So this tutorial is good. I'm going to take us on not only how to implement it, I'm going to show us how we can do this on our own. So we're going to implement this on our own. We're going to have idea on how to implement it, so that the idea we get from here we can also implement other projects, other libraries, other tutorials on our own. So this is a save something. And also something I want to point out about this new sketchware pro using the new Admob ad is, previously, if I could remember, the official sketchware pro version release was around 2022 years. So in that previous version Admob had work quite alright, but then there are some issues we may not know, because we just feel like once we implement a project, we implement a library, it works on our device, that is how it works. No, that is so wrong. Android is used by a lot of device manufacturers. So the ads that may show on your device, the ads that may work on your device, the codes that may work on your device may not even work on another person, and you'll just be losing money, because there are some, take for instance Chinese devices. Yes, Chinese devices don't use Play Store. Some of them, I'm not trying to generalize it, some don't use Play Store. Even Samsung has its own app store, some model have their own app store. So in those cases Admob will use some libraries it doesn't use in your own device. So once this library is not available, it will crash. What am I trying to say? Someone gave me a project of 2022, because I freelance. That is the only way I can be able to cope, since this channel is a free channel. If you want to support me, my buy me a coffee link is on the video description. You can support me and buy me a coffee. I freelance seasonally, not regularly. So someone gave me a project to make an app, and then I realized that the app crashed on his device. I was even shocked. So once I used the debugger, I noticed the library that was needed to run ads on his app, on his device, to run ads on his device, was not there. But and it's also not there in my own device, and it works. I was like, what is all this? So then I found out that sketchware pro, as at that time, doesn't add that library unless you add Firebase. I think it's Google Play Service Identifier library. So this new sketchware pro adds it, this nightly version, and then it came with a lot of updates, a lot of changes that you need to just fall in love with it. I didn't have issue migrating to it. I will not say I'm a pro. I just an old project of 2 years or so. Yes, an old project of 2 years or so. I just removed the card view code, remove that library that I added to allow the persons, to allow the Admob run on some devices that doesn't run well. I just move, because this app already adds it. There's no way you can add the same library to a project. So that is all, and the project ran successfully. So kudos to the developers, kudos to the modders, and I'm going to take us on how we are going to implement this, taking very important details. I'm going to guide us on how we can use code. So we'll see all these import statement, library statement, to understand every in-depth. We are going to understand it all. So please, you can support me by sharing, buying me a coffee, liking this video, and subscribing. Let's begin. Hi, welcome to this channel. So like I said, my main aim is for us to be able to not just implement Admob, but Ali will be able to implement Google libraries from their website following this idea. So I don't have to expect anyone to come and meet me. I need this project, I need this SWB in months to come, in years to come. So this should be self-explanatory. Skipping any step, I will refer you back to this video. So Let me start by creating a new project. I can name it app.admob, app.admob. Then my package name will just become dot my company. Let's use sketchware. Like I say, package name is our app ID, so just the name Admob. This is a test project. Now let's head over to Google's website. So the right Google search is just Admob implementation, Admob implementation Android, because we are trying to implement it in Android. So the first step is adding the library, but sketchware doesn't use build.gradle, so we'll just use our library manager, and then we are going to add our app ID. Let's add our app ID. Let's add our app ID here. So let's add our app ID. Then let's add our banner ad. So this has already been added automatically when you add sketchware library. But if you are not using the sketchware library, then you have to copy this code from here. You have to copy this code and put it in your create. So let's add our ad unit. Though this unit is not really useful, but just for test purpose. Let's add our interstitial ad unit. So I'm going to link it since I'm not implementing our rewarded, so I'm going to skip it. Let's add our test device. So now it has been enabled. So if we notice, I skipped some steps. Yes, I skipped some steps. I didn't add this code to our manifest. So once you use the schedule library and add this, once you use our schedule library and add this, schedule automatically add it automatically using that value to our manifest. If we look at our manifest code, you can see it is added. You can see the meta. You can see the application ID from Admob is here. So there is no need of me doing that. And not doing any of the two, whether what I do or what Admob suggests to do will crash your app. Like I say, if you are not adding schedule library, you need to copy this and put it in your create. Let's implement banner ads. All that is the most important, as Google has changed the way we can load banner ads. Let's go back and set up our UI. So the first thing I'm going to do, let me add a view and a button. Adding another view, then I make this to full the screen. This I will name it my banner layout, because that is where our banner view will appear. So I'm going to name it banner layout, and we rename this to show ad. in our own create. Let's copy the codes. So we are going to copy this code and put it in our own create. So we are going to add a custom variable object, add view. I will show us why I'm doing this. Add view. So Admob is very case Java is very case sensitive. We can see our add view object. Why I'm not adding add view here is because I want our add view object to be global in case you want to use it outside of the onCreate. If not, you can't use it outside of the onCreate. But even as I've created like this, even if the app will compile, using it without initializing it in our onCreate will crash the app. So let's create an add unit, a string object from this add underscore unit underscore id. So I'm going to create this and save it to this. So I'm going to initialize it this way. So I have to initialize it before initializing our add view. Then we are going to add our load add view request. So we're going to load the add. If you notice, there is this add view code here. You can notice our add view code here. So that is why I've created a global. You can see it's very case sensitive. If I write 2, it will have a compile error. So it's very case sensitive, this object. So let's name this banner. Let's replace this with our banner layout, because I told us that's where banner will appear. So if your ID of where your banner appear is different, you need to replace it here. So this will be banner layout and banner layout. You can see it adds the banner view to our banner layout. So we can see this code here. Let's add it. Is a method, or you can call it a function. So that's what we use in our more block. Let me just name it, because schedule does not allow us to add functions, so we have to devise a way to add it. So this is what I call extra. Let's copy the code that get size means. So let's copy the code of the get size. So we look for any function. Okay, here it is, get size. So we are going to first of all close our extra more block. We are going to use close. Normally there is a close tag. We are going to close it. And we are going to remove this last close because of there is already a close tag for it. Let's make this build dot and build dot. Now let's import our necessary classes, because now Android doesn't know what is the meaning of display metrics or what is the meaning of version underscore codes. But when we import the class, it will clearly understand it. So let's import just the necessary import statements being used. So I'm going to import them. this is already imported by sketchware by default. So let me just optimize our import. Let's import these two. So let's import this window matrix. So that is that. Now let's implement our interstitial ad. So we need to add our component on add loaded. If not, we cannot show the ad. So we need to add our ad loaded, and then we need to, in our button click to show the ad. So let's first of all preload an ad in our create before trying to load an ad so that the user can see an ad quickly. Let's try to first preload an ad. Let's try to preload an ad. Okay, let's try to preload an ad. Then when we click on click to show the ad, we first check if an ad is available. Yes, if not, we may actually crash the app. So we first check if an ad is available. So if it's available, we show the ad. So whether it's available or not, we still load another ad after the operation, because once you have shown an ad that is loaded, it will empty. So Admob Interstitial doesn't refresh, so you have to refresh it manually. So that is that. Let's compile it. You can see I'm showing us every detailed step. After following all the steps, we don't have any error. So let's install the app. So this is an app I created. You can get in the video description that has been installed. Let's check it out. You can see our banner is showing. Let's show interstitial. So that is it. Thank you for watching the video. Please, you can support me by buying me a coffee, sharing this video. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe.